directionally challenged hiker here this Friday, April 4th, 2025. And my friend and I are saying goodbye to the Cottonwood Creek area. We are heading on over to Grapevine this morning. And there are some clouds, but so far, no rain. The trail is right there, Leslie. So I'm going to do just a quick pan as I attempt to walk too far up the creek area, getting a look at the Tonto heading out towards Hants Creek area. But yep, goodbye, Cottonwood Creek. Until next time, maybe. So, all right. We're gonna do a little bit of a climb, and yeah, we didn't do a whole lot yesterday because of the weather. So I don't know, my legs are complaining a bit. See you along the trail. Along the Tonto between Cottonwood Creek and Grapevine, there's clouds again, and I feel like I'm getting spit on just a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, if you look out over there, you may or may not be able to just see a little blip of the watchtower. And that is the view looking towards the river. And then clouds encroaching on the top of that canyon wall. And then I will just finish this circle here. Trying to move slow for y'all, but yeah, moving along fairly easily today. Not too bad. I did take my long sleeve shirt off back there a ways, and then just a short ways later decided that, yeah, I'm actually cold. So see you along the trail. Taking a look at that watchtower again, and then as I tip you down, we just got our first glimpse of the Colorado River, and it's running that Colorado River green. Kind of meandering close to the edge here. Not my favorite spot to stop, but hey, the river was calling. All right, looking back towards the watchtower and that awesome view upriver of the Colorado, and I'm just doing a sort of pan here. We are at the spot where, if you are so inclined, you can take part of what is the old Grandview down to the Colorado River to a tiny kind of secluded beach area. There's that pretty massive pile of cairns right there. Our intentions were to do this yesterday, and the weather did not quite cooperate, and yeah, the Grandview was a little bit tougher than I remember, especially climbing down it in snow, rain, and wind. So I will see you along the trail, and maybe someday I will get back to this little excursion. All right, just came from that little edgy stretch there. Yeah, the edgy stuff really does me in. But anyway, here's the view, and there's a breeze and probably the threat of more rain, so I really should be moving, but I needed to kind of catch my breath after that stretch because, yeah, it gets me every time. Again, along the trail between Cottonwood Creek and Grapevine. And here we are at a spring approximately a mile before Grapevine proper. And several years ago, I actually mistook this for Grapevine. I'd had a long day the day before. I'd been out on my first 11-day solo backpacking adventure, and I was tired, and I came to this beautiful area, and there was a little bit of water in these little pools. And guess what? I set up camp for the night. I was all by myself. It was amazing. And it's also amazing today. And then when I got up the next morning and started along the trail, I came to actual Grapevine. And yeah, added a mile to my hike that day. But I don't know. I got to spend the night here. So, see you along the trail. All right, photo time again. And yes, I took more photos today. The views with those clouds and the blue sky just kind of peeking through at times were so amazing. And then again, we didn't have to move crazy fast. We were trying to beat what, yeah, as we hiked along, it looked like there was going to be some weather coming in. Really? But anyway, for the most part, I was enjoying myself. Yeah, we get that first glimpse of the Colorado coming up here. And wow, I was pretty shocked. It's running, as I call it, that Colorado River green, which considering we'd already had 2 days with weather, I was kind of expecting it to be that chocolate milk color, and it wasn't. And yes, I know that it all depends on where the rain and the storms are happening. Yeah, because it gets the silt and stuff in it from the stuff from the, creeks, rivers, whatever that feed into it. So yeah, looking very blue there, and then you look back and it's like it's raining. But it was a good day. We are going to take a decent break. I mean, as you saw in the video clip, but I will have some pictures of that beautiful little area, the spring about a mile before Grapevine. Wow, it draws you in every time, and there it is. She really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it again. Yeah, it definitely was an oops, that hike, but it wasn't really a bad oops because if I'm remembering, Grapevine just didn't look as inviting, and having some fun taking pictures of the trees blooming. I'm not exactly sure what tree it is, but it was really pretty. Just kind of having some fun with it. It was a good day. We did get a little bit of rain along the trail, not too much. It was coming when we got into camp though. Yeah, I will have some footage of that in the camp area of Grapevine coming up later.